She was sold as silent, but she heard the world before it spoke. Frontier romance, American West, 1883. The sun hung low and unforgiving over the plains, baking late-season heat into the wooden bones of a frontier settlement called Red Hollow. Autumn 1883. The air reeked of sweat, leather, and sour whiskey. Horses snorted inside split-rail pens. Cattle bawled hoarsely. Men barked over prices with cracked voices and dust-coated boots. The final livestock auction before winter was winding down, yet a restless knot of men still lingered near the far corral. That was where Caleb Hartwell stood. 37 years old. Broad-shouldered. Quiet. A man shaped more by land than by people. Caleb did not care for towns. He came only when necessity forced him. Seed, iron tools, or a good horse. Words never came easily to him, and he trusted silence more than most men trusted promises. He adjusted the brim of his hat against the glare and scanned the remaining stock. His eyes briefly caught sight of the town marshal speaking with a trader near the post office. Caleb turned away. No business there. His boots thudded against packed clay as he approached the last open pen. That was when he noticed her. She stood just beyond the rail fence, no more than 19, hair tangled and clinging to her face. A dress frayed at the hem, bare feet, caked with dust and dried mud. She did not cry. She did not speak. Her eyes drifted across the crowd, unfocused, as though following something no one else could see. Beside her stood a man with a red face and a bottle sloshing in one hand. In the other, a rope. The rope was tied not to an animal, but to her wrist. "Got me a quiet one," the drunk hollered, swaying. "Came from my second wife, I reckon." "Don't talk." "Don't hear neither, but she scrubs floors and cooks stew." "Ain't mouthy." A few men laughed. Someone spat. Caleb turned away. He had come for a horse, not this. But then he felt it. Not a sound, not a cry. A gaze. He turned back. The girl was watching him. No pleading, no fear. Just stillness. Clear, and in her eyes was something Caleb had not seen in years, recognition. As if she saw him, the drunk staggered closer. "You got coin, rancher? Take the bay mare. The girl comes with her." "I ain't hauling her back." The mare behind them trembled, ribs sharp beneath her hide. The girl did not move. Caleb hesitated. Then he met the drunk's eyes. "I'll take both." Laughter burst from the crowd. "What you buyin', Hartwell?" Someone jeered. "Stock or company?" Caleb said nothing. He counted out the money. Enough for a horse, not enough for a human life. The drunk snatched the coins. "She's yours. Don't say I didn't warn you. She ain't worth feedin'." Caleb untied the rope and tossed it back. The girl stepped behind him, without being asked. The long road home. The wagon rolled through dusk, wheels crunching over hard-pan roads as the town faded behind them. She never looked back. Neither did he. When they reached the ranch, Caleb helped her down. She scanned the land calmly, not frightened, just watchful. Inside, he lit the stove and pointed toward the kettle. She nodded, moved like she already belonged. After supper, he handed her a piece of chalk and tapped the wooden beam near the table. "Name," he said slowly. She hesitated, then crouched and wrote carefully, "Leora." Caleb read it aloud once. Then again. She did not smile, but something softened in her eyes. The girl who knew. The next morning, Caleb found her in the barn. She knelt beside the bay mare, wiping its flank with a damp cloth. Her hands were gentle, certain. The horse did not flinch. Caleb watched from the doorway. That day, he gave her simple chores. She did them without sound, without complaint. Each night, she wrote small notes in chalk. Storm later. Dog favoring left leg. Wind smells sharp. When the storm came early one evening, she grabbed his sleeve before the sky changed. Moments later, lightning split the tree behind the shed. Caleb stared at her. She had known, not guessed, known. A different kind of listening. Leora never spoke, never signed. Yet she understood. When Caleb returned from town heavy with unspoken worry, old land disputes, his father's sins, she placed her hand over his heart. Then she walked to the grave beneath the oak. She knew his shame. When nightmares woke him shaking, she sat nearby with his mother's handkerchief he hadn't touched in years. She listened without ears. Fear grows loud. The town noticed. Whispers spread. She sees things. She touches animals before they die. That ain't natural. When a sick child recovered after Leora's quiet care, gratitude twisted into suspicion. 3 days later they came, torches unlit. "Boots heavy. We want her gone," the town elder said. "That girl hears what she shouldn't." Caleb stepped forward. "She listens," he said calmly. "And that scares you." No one argued. They left, but the silence afterward was fragile. What silence can become. Winter came gently. Leora stitched a cloak for Caleb. He taught her to ride. She taught him signs. They did not rush love. It grew slowly, like roots beneath frozen ground. One night he wrote on paper, "I want to hear your heart." She touched the words, then touched him, and smiled. The girl the town learned to trust. People returned, quietly, with wounds, with grief, with lost children. Leora never asked why. She only listened. When a boy vanished in the frost, she pressed her hands to the earth, then walked. They followed. They found him alive. After that, no one doubted. Years later, children came to learn silence, patience, listening. Caleb and Leora sat beneath the cottonwood most evenings. Sometimes he played a harmonica. She felt the music through the ground. One evening she spoke for the first time, softly, carefully. "I don't need sound," she whispered. "Only you." Caleb nodded, voice thick. "I hear you." Final words. Some love is loud. Some love is spoken. But the truest love walks beside you quietly, every day, and never asks to be seen, only felt. If your heart has ever been understood without words, if silence has ever felt like home, then this story was meant for you. If you enjoyed this emotional U.S. Wild West love story, like this video.